Some truths are hard to hear, but even harder to ignore. Breakups never hit men and women in the same way, and that's why so many men get blindsided. In those first few days, it often looks like she has already moved on while you are left picking up the pieces of your heart. You watch her smile. You see her posting online, living her life as if nothing ever happened, and it feels like she is completely untouched while you are quietly falling apart inside. But what you don't see is that she has been preparing for this moment long before you even realized something was wrong. That is why the weight of the breakup crashes down on you immediately, while she seems free. And yet, as time passes, something very different begins to happen. She starts to feel the emptiness, while you begin to rise again. Most men don't understand this cycle, and that lack of understanding is what makes the pain so much harder to carry. For most men, a breakup feels like a heavy punch to the chest, because it is not just the end of a relationship. It feels like rejection at the very core of who you are. You gave her your time, your attention, your trust, and maybe even your future dreams. And in one moment, it all disappears. What makes it worse is seeing her move on so easily, smiling in pictures, laughing with friends, as if the love you shared never even existed. In those moments, you start to question everything. Was it real? Did she ever love me? Or was I just holding on to something that only mattered to me? These questions eat away at you because there are no clear answers, only silence. And it is in that silence that men often suffer the most, lying awake at night, replaying memories, searching for signs, trying to make sense of something that cannot be explained. This is the confusion that traps so many men, and it is why understanding the difference in how men and women process breakups is so important. First, women tend to feel the breakup immediately, because in most cases, by the time she actually ends the relationship, she has already gone through the emotional process of letting go in her own mind. Long before you even noticed the distance, she was questioning, imagining life without you, and slowly detaching herself. This is why right after the breakup she often appears calm, collected, even happy, while you are left in shock. Psychologists call this pre-grieving, which means she already mourned the relationship before it ended. So when she finally walks away, it feels like she has already healed. But here's the hidden truth. Her relief is temporary. And once the excitement of freedom fades, she will start to feel the emptiness that comes after losing someone who was a part of her daily life. Second, men feel the breakup in the opposite way. For most men, the pain doesn't just show up immediately, it crashes down all at once. You wake up the next morning and she's no longer there. You don't just lose her presence, you lose the routine, the small daily moments, and even the identity you carried as her partner. That sudden emptiness feels unbearable, and it's why men often fall into despair during the first weeks. But unlike women, once a man accepts the pain and begins to carry it, that same pain can push him toward growth. Breakups either crush a man completely or force him to rise stronger, and the path he chooses determines the kind of man he becomes. Third, society plays a major role in how this pain unfolds. A woman's heartbreak is often met with support, comfort, and validation. She has friends reminding her she deserves better, people checking on her, and a social circle encouraging her healing. A man's heartbreak, on the other hand, is usually met with silence. He is told to man up, to hide his feelings, to act as if nothing is wrong. That loneliness can be brutal, but it also carries a hidden gift. Because in that silence, in that solitude, a man is forced to face himself. He can either drown in that pain or use it to find clarity, discipline, and strength. Finally, there is the long-term reversal that most men never see coming. In the beginning, it feels like she is ahead while you are broken, but with time the roles often change. If a man accepts the reality, focuses on rebuilding himself, and pours his energy into his purpose, he eventually rises. And when that happens, the woman who once seemed so free may begin to feel the quiet ache of what she lost. It's not always love that makes her return, but often nostalgia or regret. By then, the man she left behind has transformed, and that is when the balance of power shifts. The first and most important step is to accept the reality without fighting it. When she leaves, many men waste their energy begging, pleading, or trying to convince her to stay. But all this does is destroy their dignity and push her further away. A breakup is not a debate to win. It is a fact to face, and the sooner you accept it, the sooner you begin to heal. The second step is to shift your focus away from her and back to yourself. Use the pain as fuel. Put that energy into your body, your work, and your purpose, because growth is the only thing that turns heartbreak into strength. The third step is to guard your self-respect at all costs. If she chose to walk away, then let her go, because a man's value is not measured by whether a woman stays, it is measured by how he carries himself when she doesn't. Finally, practice the power of silence. Do not announce your healing. Do not try to prove that you are better off, and do not chase validation. Your silence will speak louder than any words ever could, and over time, the difference between you and the man you were before will be undeniable. This is how you turn heartbreak into transformation, and this is how you rise when life tries to break you. So remember this truth: breakups do not strike men and women in the same way. She may feel it first, while you feel it later, but you feel it deeper. And although her freedom may look like strength in the beginning, your silence, your discipline, and your ability to endure will become the foundation of your strength in the long run. Pain does not have to break you. It can shape you into someone stronger than you ever thought you could be. Do not see her leaving as the end of your story. See it as the beginning of a new chapter that is written by you alone. When you stop chasing, when you stop begging, when you learn to carry yourself with calm dignity, you step into a power that no breakup can take away from you. In the end, what truly defines a man is not whether a woman stays, but how he rises when she decides to go.